You're welcome back. Still on the program, where we have Mrs. Christiana Adeola as our guest for today. And for the past 10 to 15 minutes, she has been sharing with us her experience so far in the teaching profession. And Ma, I would like to ask you, at what level of the profession did you retire?
I retired by age.
Okay.
And I was just about 2 years to the normal working years of experience. I mean, of teaching, sorry. Okay. So, and I retired as a, substantively I will say as a principal, but, well, to the government it is a VP post. Yes. Because I reached the highest level of my career. Financially and of course, my status.
And how can you describe your service here? Are you fulfilled?
I'm really fulfilled. I'm really fulfilled.
So what has been keeping you busy since after retirement? Have you been maybe indulging in one activity or the other? What exactly are the activities that have been keeping you busy after retirement?
Ever before I retired, I was doing part-time teaching in some higher institutions, and I am still within one. I will say one or two for now. Because I have attained a higher educational level, that is master's degree, where I studied English language as a continuous part of what I had learned before. So I am still lecturing in a higher institution, or at least I will even say 3. I'm still busy teaching. That's what I will say.
And with the age, do you still create time for workouts, or how do you spend your leisure hours?
Well, I read a lot, and I am still reading because I love knowledge. I love information. Then I'm into evangelism. I would say I've had a call, and that call had kept me going. I go about preaching to people, trying to bring them into the knowledge of Christ. So I had trained also as a theological, well, I won't say pastor because my church will not make a woman a pastor, but I am an evangelist. That's the bane of the whole thing about my religious activities.
And how do you keep fit? How do you maintain your fitness? With the age, you are aging, and so how do you maintain your fitness?
You will not be surprised that I still teach my physical and health education at my present NC college, that is Bethel College of Education, to the PES students. Encourage people to go for sports.
That's encouraging.
Because it keeps me going up to now.
That's good, and it tells on your physical appearance.
Of course.
You are still looking very fit. So, but before we go on the program, I would like to ask one more question.
Yes.
Teaching as a profession in this present society, do you think it's still something you can advise young people to go into it? Like, can you still thrive in this present society? Can young people still really cater for their needs if they go into teaching as a profession? Because many people out there, many young ones out there are actually running away from the profession. Some will tell you, I don't want to be a teacher. Teachers don't earn much, unlike some other professions. So what would be your advice to them, just to encourage them?
I will candidly advise young people, as I'm still doing, that they can go for teaching career or profession. I have 3 areas where teaching can still be useful to anybody, and of course the younger one, rather than staying away at home doing nothing or just pursuing something that you cannot easily catch. If you go for teaching, or let me say you are trained as a teacher, either from the the NC level or from the degree level. You have 3 opportunities, as I believe it, and I know it works. It's either if you are lucky and you get a job with the government, that's a good opportunity. You may work with private institutions.
But do government, do they still pay teachers well?
Of course, teachers have even paid better now than when I started and to a particular level during my career. The level at which I retired is good enough for anybody to live on. So I will advise, people should not run away from teaching because of what they will get from there. If they are looking at other career, there are other ways by which those people can make up for the shortfalls in their salaries. But for a teacher, whatever you get and you manage it well, you can live on it for life. I know I'm living on what I am getting now. It's just a question of managing what you have, and it is substantial enough. Not big money, but anybody who cuts his coat according to his clothes, as I will put it, can live well with whatever he or she is getting. So somebody who goes for teaching, like I said, can work with the government if he gets a job, or he or she can set up his own school, starting from the lowest level, maybe crèche, or you work with private institutions or primary school, like, let me say, to secondary school.
So in short, teachers can survive in any area they find themselves in the society.
Of course, if that person is conscientious and hardworking and focused.
And so to the young ones out there, we've all learned and we've heard it that teaching is still a profession that's very relevant in the society now, and it can never be relegated no matter what. Because even on a daily basis, we keep learning, and the teachers are the ones doing and performing this role of teaching and impacting knowledge. So good to have you on the program once again, and thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the fact that you've made your mark even in the profession.
Yes, and thank God for it.
And you've achieved reasonable feat even in the teaching profession. And we do hope that when next we call on you, you're going to answer us.
Yes, I will.
Thank you once again.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks for your time.
Meeting you and doing this.
Thank you once
again.
Thank you
very much.
Let's go.
And that has been a qualitative time with Mrs. Christiana Adeola, who happens to be a retired principal, a teacher, an educationist, a sportswoman with special interest in lawn tennis. And I know I, as a person, have learnt, and I know you too as well would have learnt from her experience, which she has shared with us on this edition of the program. So until next week, when I'll be coming your way with another wonderful and special guest, do stay blessed.